Ron DeSantis has just gotten screwed over by the big donors that supported him and wanted him to run in the first place. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video, and today it is time that we talk about the 2024 Republican presidential primary and how Ron DeSantis, like him or not, has been completely and totally screwed over by these campaign consultants, these advisors, but most importantly, these big donors. Listen, DeSantis has not been running a good campaign, let's be clear. With that being said, we can point the blame at a certain group of people that caused this mess. These big donors that promised DeSantis everything in the kitchen sink to get him the presidency. And now, they are abandoning him en masse. Again, he's not running a good campaign. But what these donors did to DeSantis and these campaign consultants is a complete and total disgrace to the GOP. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you can join Real American. This is the best way to support the daily content that we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. And again, I 100% believe that DeSantis has not been running a good campaign, obviously. But let's also be 100% honest with ourselves. It's not DeSantis' fault fully. No, he should have not ran. Absolutely. It's 100% real that he should have never ran. With that being said, however, these big donors are the scum of the GOP. These same assholes were the reason Scott Walker went down in flames. Jeb Bush collapsed even further than he should have. Many of these candidates, they fall apart because they listen to these people and their consultants, like Jeff Rowe. So if you don't know DeSantis, he ran because the big donors told them, here's $200 million, all right? This would be enough to get you past the primary, and Drumpf is done. Our consultants are saying it. So we'll give you this bullshit data, and these fake consultants tell you, yeah, DeSantis, you should really run. And that's what caused him to run. He was lied to about how realistic a possibility it was for DeSantis to win, especially after the Trump indictments. Beforehand, okay, there was an argument to be made here and there. But after the indictments, when he started to go down the polling, they said the same thing. In fact, they said, no, this is the end of Drumpf. They're going to indict him and his polling numbers will collapse. Well, that aged poorly. But these big donors, now that DeSantis is basically dead politically, they are abandoning him en masse. This is the disgrace what these donors do. They do the same thing every year. They talk to these candidates that could potentially be good, not just at the presidency, but the gubernatorial level, the Senate level, etc. They do the same thing. Give them these garbage consultants, the fake data, and some money. But then at the second that they seem like they're done, they completely abandon them and go to the next grift. It's the same people, like campaign consultants like Jeff Rowe. The fact that he ran this campaign to the ground and he wasn't fired months ago is a disgrace. A complete and total failure. I mean, this is not a good thing. DeSantis should have been the future of the GOP. But these big donors got into his head saying, we actually know Trump's done for. Run, run, run. Well, he's not done. Right now, he's pulling at 55, 60%. DeSantis, in some polling, is in third. What does that tell you? So let's get into it. Former Illinois Governor Bruce Rayner, who was one of the biggest rhinos you would ever meet, and I know it's Illinois, but just a quick caveat, was among Ron DeSantis' biggest boosters during the 2022 midterm, given nearly $1 million to his re-election bid. But as you surveyed the field of candidates for president, Rauner, a wealthy former private equity executive who was DeSantis' 15th biggest donor in last year's election, has not given any more money to the Florida governor. He told Politico he thinks another candidate, and you're going to notice this, after the debate, we called it. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley has a better shot of defeating President Biden than DeSantis. We called this weeks ago. The second that Nikki Haley didn't do atrocious compared to Mike Pence, they were going to jump ship and go to Haley's campaign. No, they're not going to do it. DeSantis has secretly won. But then they put out these fake numbers showing Nikki Haley won the debate, even though every other poll had Vivek Ramaswamy as the winner. It's winner. I got confused with Ramaswamy. You get the point, all right? These people are the biggest scumbags you will ever meet. It's just like, what do you mean she's more electable? Give me a freaking break. Do you really think she can win Pennsylvania? Do you really think she can win Michigan? Wisconsin? How? Just serious question. How? Run it up in Waukesha. You're never getting Bush, let alone Romney numbers in the Waukesha area again. Same thing in the Grand Rapids area. Same thing in Chester. You're not. And in fact, you may do slightly better than Trump in those areas, but collapse in the rest of the state and get crushed. That fake CNN poll, we now know, was paid off by somebody. I mean, it's like 70% of the poll was Republicans. It's like, really? You can't make this stuff up, and it's like every other poll had Nikki Haley losing to Biden by like 4. But magically, CNN found her up by 6. With Christie up by 2. Guys, they're trying to make it seem like Nikki Haley is the electable candidate, the GOP establishment. She wouldn't win an election. I don't care what people say. She wouldn't. She would get crushed in the Rust Belt. Maybe do better in the Sun Belt. Congratulations. You got to win Wisconsin. That's not going to happen. You need to win Michigan. Not going to happen. You need to win Pennsylvania. Not going to happen. You need to win one of those 3 states to have any possibility. Just mathematically, that's true. And these people, they don't care about winning. They only care about grifting. That's what this is. These big donors have no clue what the hell they're doing. I just don't think they want Trump. The fact that they're spending this much money on a primary when everyone knows that it's going to be Trump. This Nikki Haley's electable. What are you freaking talking about? Who would she appeal to that Trump couldn't? Who? White suburban voters. Congratulations, that's good in Texas and Georgia, but a disaster waiting to happen in Wisconsin, in Pennsylvania. It's a dumb argument to say that Nikki Haley is more electable. No. You just want to move on to the next grift, Jeff Rowe does, make some more money, and then the next one, and then the next one. All because you would rather have a Democrat than Trump. Let's be real. These big donors do not want Trump again. That's why instead of, putting $100 million towards getting a turnout machine going in Wisconsin, in Nevada, in Georgia. No. We're going to spend that $100 million on defeating Orange Man. I mean, if Nikki Haley flops, who are they going to next? Chris Christie? I mean, they already put out the fake poll with Christie up by 2 against Biden. And these people believe it. There's people on Twitter that seriously believe Christie would win. Guys, Christie had a 7% approval rating in New Jersey. That means not just Democrats hate his guts, but every Republican. Oh, but the polling. That polling had Christie doing way better with Democrats because he's anti-Trump. But I'm sure those Republicans will magically turn out for Christie. Not gonna happen. Again, DeSantis is not that good of a campaigner. He isn't. He's ran a bad campaign, and I think his political future is dead. But these big donors, the audacity of them to think, let's move on to Nikki Haley now. Screw this DeSantis guy. He's not electable. After they ran his campaign into the dirt, into the ground, into crap. They're going to do the same thing with Haley, even though hasn't ran a campaign. It's never going to end. They're just going to keep moving on to the next grift, and then when Trump's the nominee next year, barring something crazy happening, like they take the nomination at the convention, they take the nomination away from him. What are these donors going to do? Oh, we're out of money. We can't spend anymore. That's what they're going to do, probably. So they're going to keep pushing out fake numbers instead of, trying to help us win next year. It is a disgrace that the GOP is so reliant on these people. You have 74 million Trump voters that if you had 5 brain cells, you could be raising hundreds of millions of dollars per quarter without the big donors. On top of the big donors, there'd probably be a lot more than Democrats. But you're so focused on, I don't freaking know, identity politics or whatnot, I don't know, that you would rather sink the future of the GOP, which was DeSantis, move on to Nikki Haley, do the same thing to her even though she's garbage, instead of helping Trump next year, or the GOP. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.